What's up, guys? How we doing today? Hope everybody's well. Facebook Live, Instagram Live. So give everybody a chance to log in and tune into this week's show, which is Ask Ricky Live 21. So that's exciting. Let me make sure that we're all good here. Before I get all revved up. What's up there on Instagram? How we doing, guys? Give me just a second. We're about to get started with this week's show. If you're a real estate agent and you have any questions that you want to ask me, go for it. Looks like we are live. What's up, Pettigay, Todd? Hope everybody's doing super well. Chip, John, what's happening? So I'm going to give a few minutes for everybody else to log in. If you have any questions for me today, just type them in below. That's what this is all about. We just had the last of the remnants of Hurricane Harvey that hit over there so bad in Texas. We just had 2 days of really rough wind and rain over here in the Gulf Shores Orange Beach area. So I think it's about past, though. We've got maybe a couple more bands coming through. What's up, everybody? I see everybody there. Give a few minutes for everybody to log in. If you have a question, feel free to type it in. By the way, guys, check out my newest book, List to Last: How to Survive Every Real Estate Market Crash. It's really, really life-changing. I'm not saying it just because I wrote it. It really is. Cool. So this week I kind of just wanted to get into massive action, massive results. If you guys have any questions for me, feel free to comment below. But basically, I'm at 98 closings this year so far. I don't have any more this month. The month is over as of today. I have 11 set up for next month, so I'll definitely hit the 100 mark again this year. So I'm waiting on that so I can celebrate. But really, I'm waiting to hit the $1 million in commissions this year, which will probably happen in October. So that's when I'm really going to celebrate. But today, I went and I made some phone calls this morning, and then I showed a couple condos to some people that I showed condos to yesterday. They wanted to go back and look at a couple condos. And then this wind was blowing so hard, I decided to just go ahead and do a little kite surfing. So I've been kite surfing for the past 3 hours. I finished that up, came home, took a shower, and here I am with you guys. So it's really exciting. After this, I got a lot of phone calls to return. Cool. I was just waiting for everybody to kind of log in. So I think one of the real takeaways here, I went and, when was it? Tuesday, 2 days ago, I went and did a talk to Keller Williams Gulf Coast in Pensacola, Florida. There was maybe 20 agents there. It was really awesome because it was an intimate kind of, small group, and we did a lot of Q&A. I told my story, and then I gave everybody a couple of what I think are the most important ideas behind success in real estate, and then just took some questions and answers. And it was really, really awesome because, when I do Q&A, that's why I do Q&A with you guys, because it gives me a chance to find out what you guys are having troubles with or what I can help you with. So that's the purpose of the Q&A, is for you guys to tell me what you're having problems with, what's on your mind, what do you need help with, and let me, give you my advice on that subject. So But one of the key things that I took away from the talk the other day in Pensacola was the fact that I feel like the majority of the people in the room, the agents in the room, I feel like there's so much information out there about how to be successful. There's just so much, and there's a lot of garbage, and there's a lot of good stuff. And so I really just think that the majority of the agents in the room, they know what to do. Most everybody knows what to do. It's not fundamentals. For the most part, everybody kind of understands what to do. You have to talk to people to make sales. I think the problem is people are just too scared to take massive action. What happens is they know that they need to talk to people to do deals, but in the back of their mind, there's just a little bit of hesitation to talking to strangers, either in person or on the phone. So there's so much to do in real estate. So what they do is they take something else other than making the calls or other than talking to people, and they do that and use that as an excuse. Oh, I had to do this, or I was too busy doing this, which is also important, right? But I'll be honest with you guys, it doesn't really matter about all the other stuff. If you're not talking to people, if you're not creating conversations and putting yourself out there, your business is not going to grow. That's why technology hasn't replaced us, because there has to be a conversation that has to be put in motion in order to do a transaction, because people have to be consulted. They have to be consulted by a local professional realtor to navigate them through the market. So I think the bottom line is, I think people are scared. I think a lot of people are just scared to put themselves out there, right? For a couple of reasons. One, people are scared to really talk to people on a massive level, or really talk to a lot of people at one time, because they're scared of the customer service. The quality of their customer service is going to go down. Last I checked, it was fine to be, having too much business is a good thing. The way that I started really building my business was I overwhelmed myself with business by taking so much massive action to contact people, that I had so many people, that I was dealing with at once. Then it just comes down to a matter of you figuring it out. Figure out how to serve everyone at the level that you want. I think a lot of people, sit around trying to figure out what actions they need to take to create a huge business or to talk to a lot of people. And I think everybody knows how to do that. You just call a bunch of people or go see a bunch of people, right? I think where your time should be spent in terms of figuring some stuff out is to go out there, put in the huge, massive actions to talk to a massive amount of people, right? And then all of your figuring out moments should be figuring out how to serve all these people once you have them. Don't spend your time trying to figure out how to grow your business, how to talk to more people or get more clients or get more leads. That's easy. You just go talk to people. You make phone calls, door knock, call FSBOs, call expireds, talk to people everywhere you go, buyer leads, whatever it is that you get massive amounts of people into your sphere. Do it in a very massive way without thinking too much about it. And then when you have everybody right at your fingertips, then spend a lot of time with those people once you have them. Too many agents are not taking enough action to talk to enough people. And so they only have a couple of people, and then they just spend all their time on those couple of people. And then they wonder why their business isn't growing. It's because they spend all their time on their current deals. Okay, so my next point, Spend 50% of your time on current deals and the other 50% on growing your business, right? And growing your business, that comes down to talking to people, talking to massive amounts of people. What's up, Daniel Wilson? Everybody, how are you doing? Good to see everybody. If you have a question, please leave it below. Hey, Daniel, by the way, man, I want to get you on the show one day. Do a little interview about social media. Daniel Wilson is a social media-based real estate agent in Orlando. So if you guys need any Orlando, if nobody's down there as far as somebody's, like if you don't have an agent already down there, give Daniel Wilson a shout. Look him up on social media, start following him. If there's ever anything he can do for you, let him know. Dude's a beast. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Like, I think too many people are like getting so hung up on a couple of deals, and that's really just survival mode. Survival mode is not where you want to be. It's okay to be in survival mode, but spend half your time surviving and the other half growing your business. It's called time blocking. It's very, very important, because if all you do 100% of the time is try to survive by working on what's in front of you, that's all you'll ever do is survive. You'll never really have a substantial business. So step your game up and rearrange your train of thought, okay? And spend half your time on your current deals. Spend all morning on your current deals and all afternoon building your business. Or spend all morning building your business and all afternoon on your current deals. Block everything out. Move your schedule around. If you're trying to grow your business in the morning and you want to grow your business in the morning and then work on current deals in the afternoon, and somebody in your current business makes an appointment for 10 o'clock, go ahead and say, hey, can we make it 1 o'clock? Right? Don't think that you have to bow down to every single appointment that everybody makes with you. Okay? If you ask them if it's okay if you move their appointment to 1 o'clock and they say no, it's got to be 10 o'clock, then great, let's do it. But at least ask, at least have your schedule in the front of your mind that, hey, I want to make calls between 9 and 11, Monday through Friday. Right? Like what I tell my coaching people is we're going to make calls 9 to 11, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Wednesday all morning we're going to work on our weekly email. So if that's the way, if you're going to, that puts you in a situation where every morning you're growing your business and then you push everything else out into the afternoon. If there's something you just can't help, somebody has to see a house in the morning or somebody has to meet you for some reason in the morning time, and you've asked them if you can push that appointment to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, or whenever, and they said, no, this is the only time, 9 o'clock's all we got, then good. You have to do those things. You have to meet everybody. You have to talk to everybody. You have to take care of everybody in front of you. That's your business. You want to go over the top for everybody anyway. So definitely do everything you can for everybody, but at the same time, do your best to try to be in control of your schedule and not let everybody dictate your schedule. I see too many agents that tell me that they've been working with a couple buyers who are taking up all their time. They haven't even bought anything yet, but these 2 or 3 buyers are taking up all their time. And I'm thinking that is ludicrous. It blows my mind. How are they taking up all of your time all week? I don't understand. You meet with them and talk to them for an hour. That's enough. Show property. Maybe we show property for 2 or 3 hours. Okay, good. That still leaves plenty of time to make your calls, to do your postcards, to do your email, to grow your business. So anyway, Daniel says, let me know when. You got it. You're 5-star all the way with coaching, man. Thank you so much, Daniel Wilson. Daniel Wilson's a beast. So I'm gonna have Daniel Wilson on pretty soon, maybe in the next couple weeks, sometime in September, um, to come on and talk to you guys about social media. His entire business is based around social media. Let's see. Carol says, "Afternoon, Ricky. Y'all sent some positive vibes my way. Got hung up on so many times today." Carol, about getting hung up on, right? I don't know how many of you guys watched my couple videos. I did one video where I cold called 70 people. I did another video where I cold called 125 people. And both of them, I had several people hang up on me. So it's, I mean, you cannot let that get you hung up at all. That you forget about that. You have to really grow numb to that. It's really simple. Like, guys, like life is lived in your mind. Like you could be, it's like rich people. Like there's a guy that I know of that has $2 billion in California, but he is one of the most unhappy people that I've ever seen. But he has everything in the world to be grateful for. He has $2 billion. But he's unhappy, right? He spent all of his life, all of his time trying to make money, and he forgot about everything else. But at the same time, even though he forgot about everything else at this point in his life, he could flip the switch, and in his mind, he could just all of a sudden be happy if he wanted to be. So it's the same thing with rejection and cold calls and things of that nature, like things that get you down, losing deals. The seller chose a different real estate agent to list their property. It's just part of it. You just have to flip that switch in your mind and say, I don't care about that. It's going to sting a little bit. Like when I lose a listing, it stings just a little bit for like a split second. And then I move right on. When somebody hangs up on me, I mean, it is like nothing. I mean, it's just like, okay, boom. Like I actually hang up on them quicker than they hang up on me most of the time. I can tell in their voice they're going to hang up, and I'm like, oh, boop, and let the dialer go to the next call. So anyway, don't let that stuff get you down. All that stuff is in your mind playing tricks on you. That's a bad thing. When you find somebody that hangs up on you, all that is now you know that you don't have to spend any more time on that person. You're weeding people out. This business, any business, is about like weeding out the people who don't want your services, don't need your services, don't like you as a person, personality-wise, so on and so forth. You're filtering through all the people to get to the people that like you a lot and want to do business with you. And those are the people we concentrate on, not the people that hung up on us. Concentrate on the good calls that you had, the good conversations, the happy people, the ones that enjoyed hearing from you, the ones that you connected with, the ones that said that they would call you when they get ready to buy or sell a property. All right, now I'm laughing, Carol, because you just made me go on this big rant about people hanging up on you, and now I'm reading this thing. It says, I did watch. I was trying to make you laugh. I was laughing, not letting it get to me. And then you just seen me laugh. So good job. You got me. That was almost like an April Fool's joke. Sharon Powell says, do I send anniversary cards to my buyers? I should, but I don't because I'm not that organized. Okay. My focus is completely on building my business with new people into my sphere, and then just taking care of the people in my sphere that contact me when they need something. I'm not great at anniversary stuff, except for with my future wife. All right. Carol says, I'm actually going to jump back on the phone after this. I have things to do. They can hang up. Yeah, absolutely. Sharon Powell says, how long after a storm or natural disaster did you start calling? Immediately start calling. Guys, I had a call from a guy down in Texas, an agent down there that called me and asked me for advice on how he should handle the market during this hard time. And I told him exactly what he should do. Whenever things happen, like any kind of market downturn or a natural catastrophe or stock market crash, mortgage meltdown, political drama, a war starts, whatever, anything that's going on that makes the market crash, either locally, globally, or nationally, that is time to take advantage of the situation. Okay, what you do is you double your calls immediately. See, all the other agents are going to be getting out of the business. All the new agents, they're going to be getting out of the business. And this agent I talked to that's over there in the Houston area, he verified this, that new agents are leaving the business over there. Of course they're leaving the business. They don't know how to handle that situation. The market just turned on a dime down there. It's a disaster. So what happens is all the new agents leave the business, okay? And then the agents that are still there, that are more seasoned agents that understand how this works, this leaves more market share for them to gobble up while the market's low, okay? Market share equals relationships with property owners in the area. Whoever has the most relationships with property owners in the area, that's the market share. That is the I don't know how else to gauge market share. I mean, sales, whoever has the most sales or the biggest percentage of sales in a year, but really the sales come from relationships. Like every closing comes from a conversation that was converted into a relationship that transformed into a closing. So when you reverse engineer it like that, it's time to have as many conversations as we have and convert those into relationships, lifelong relationships with property owners. So market share to me equals the agent with the strongest and most relationships with property owners. So what you do when a market turns down, like it is in Houston right now, is you go after all the owners. You call, you double your call volume, or even triple or quadruple your call volume, and connect with more sellers that might buy something. Because when the market turns down, you're going to call them to see if there's anything you can do for them. They're either going to want to buy because prices are so low, they're going to have to sell because they're in trouble, or they're just going to ride it out. Either way it goes, you're going to collect their email address and stay with them forever. Right? You're going to build your clientele, your relationships, and you're during the downtime is when transactions are a little slower. But through making all these calls, you're going to find transactions. You're going to find diamonds in the rough that's going to help you survive the crash or the downturn. And as you're doing that, if you're calling more and more and more people, your market share / relationships will grow to such a rate that when the market rebounds, you will maintain that new market share that you gained in the downturn. So I told him, I said, you need to double your calls. You need to go after the relationships for the long term. Gobble up all this extra market share that's laying around right now. Take advantage of the situation. And then, 6 to 12 to 18 months down the road, you're going to see your business double. You're going to see your business double if you do what I'm telling you to do. So this guy said he's absolutely going to do it. And I am really excited to see where his business goes over the next year to 2 years. It's really going to, this moment, these are the moments that you transform yourself. When the market crashed back in the late 2000s, that's when I transformed myself. And understood what was happening, and gobbled up so much market share. That's why I'm where I'm at right now, because I gobbled it all up when there were no agents, and now I'm up there at the top of the food chain, and all the new agents are wondering what makes me so special. How am I here? I'm just an ordinary guy, but they don't understand that I gobbled up all the market share while the market was down, and there were no agents around doing it with me. So Chip says, I can get you organized, Ricky, with send out cards. Cool. Yeah, that would be awesome, man. I'm actually totally down for that. Maybe just get with me. Send me something. Let me know how it works, and we'll see. We'll see if it lines up. But I am totally down for that, Chip. What's up, Chris? Sharon says, yes, literally. I have an out-of-town buyer who wants to wait now. What do you mean by that, Sharon? Tell me what you mean by that. You have a buyer that's out of town who wants to wait now. Let me know what you're talking about so I can intelligently talk about the subject. What's up, Silas? Silas Baca says, how many emails a year is a good goal? 1,000. And I'm not talking about just any old emails. I'm not talking about emails like buyer online lead emails or emails you got from your mom, like her friends, emails you just got. I'm talking about emails from circle prospecting, property owners who own the type of property that you want to sell, right? Who told you they don't have an agent in mind if they ever decide to do anything. 1,000 of those. 1,000 property owners who could sell or buy. 1,000 property owners who at some point is going to do something, and that you had such a conversation, they said, yes, we will call you when it's time for us to buy or sell something. But 1,000 in a year would be excellent, because if you do that for 2 years, you got 2,000, 3 years, 3,000. If you have 3,000 owners who said that they would use you when they decide it's time for them to buy or sell, and they start getting a weekly email from you, think about how powerful that is. Yeah, you got to work all day to get 2 or 3 emails, to get 8 emails, to get 12 emails, to get 5 emails all day long. But over 2 or 3 years, you will be the #1 agent in your area because of it. It doesn't seem like much in the beginning because you're not doing, you're getting more emails than you're getting transactions, but you're going to run into a lot of transactions too. If you do this for a whole year, I guarantee you'll sell 20 to 30 properties in your first year. Richard, what's up, man? He says, I need to travel to India for 2 weeks. How do you continue to build your business abroad? That's a great question, Richard. It's really tough to build your business abroad. Like, unless you have like several hours every day to make phone calls and just continue your prospecting and stuff. But that's tough, because what if you're prospecting and they say that they want to meet you today, right? That's going to make it tough. Maybe if they say they want to meet you, you can put them off till when you get back. And that would be fine, but that's a really tough situation. Normally when I go out of town, which, by the way, when I started real estate, I never took any trips or vacations or anything. And I'm not saying this is a vacation. You probably have to go there for, family, I guess. But, email. Do a lot of emailing. while you're gone. Start these little email conversations with past people you've talked to. Email them and say, hey, how are you doing? Just checking on you. Anything I can do for you? What's going on? And go back and forth with people through email, and that'll help deepen the relationships that you've already started. So do that while you're gone. Do a lot of email marketing, one-on-one email directly to people, or Facebook Messenger. If a lot of your clients or a lot of people that you've connected with are on, have Facebook Messenger, shoot them a little message and check on them. Do the little one-on-one stuff. Let them know. Don't talk about, trying to do a deal. Don't pressure them into a deal. Just say, I'm just checking on you. How you doing? Very low key, low pressure, and let them know how much you care about them. Let them know at the end of the conversation that they can contact you anytime for anything. You'll come by and take a look at their property and give them a price on what the market value is, or you'll give them a ride to the airport. Anything. I'll do anything for my clients. If they ask me something, I'm there. I'm all over it. I don't care what it is. I will go to the ends of the earth for these people. So, Ronnie Hale is asking Chip if he'll post a link about the send-out cards. Chris Stager says for Chip to do the same. What's up, Chris? Sharon says due to the hurricane. So I'm guessing you're saying that due to the hurricane that you had some buyers out of town that decided not to do anything. Those people are going to wait it out. So there's nothing you can do there. What Sharon is talking about, guys, is that she had some buyers, some out-of-town buyers that were looking to buy, and then the hurricane came in, and now they've decided not to buy. Nothing you can do about that. They have their reasons for wanting to wait and see what happens. So what you have to do there is put them on your list to start receiving your emails, keep them informed, maybe call them once a week to check on them and see what they're thinking, what's going on. But you got to forget about them. You have to, I don't know, Sharon, if you're doing your calls, like your 100 calls a day, 200, 300, 400 calls a day on the dialer. I don't know if you're doing that or not. But you just have to keep moving forward and not get hung up on any one buyer that may or may not do anything. That could happen even if a hurricane didn't hit. You could be talking to a buyer and, show them some stuff and they decide they want to hold off for no reason. That happens all the time. So it's no different than that in my mind. You treat it both the same. You just move on. You stay in touch with them, but you don't spend a lot of time. You definitely don't think about them that much, because when you think, whatever you're thinking about is taking time away from something else you could think about that's far more productive. Okay, so I want you guys to think, in a fashion of building my business. Like, I want you to all be thinking, does this, what I'm thinking about, does this help me build my business? If you're thinking about the same buyer over and over and over again, that's probably not helping you grow your business. If you're plotting out in your mind which subdivision you're going to cold call next, that's building your business. Okay, if you're plugging the phone numbers, you're using Red X and you're doing the geo leads and you're finding all the phone numbers, you're getting your phone script ready, you're working on your phone script, that's building your business. You hit the dial button, it starts calling the people, you start talking to people. That's building your business. Your brain should be focused on these kinds of actions, not this one buyer that decided not to do anything. Okay, not saying that what you're doing is wrong, Sharon. I'm just trying to help you. I really want to help you understand the way you need to be thinking. This game is mostly mental, and so therefore, I have to help you understand, how you should be thinking. Chip says to have him on as a guest one week. That'd be awesome. We can absolutely do that. We can set that up anytime you want to, Chip. Karen Wright just says, love this advice, great mindset. Need to hear over and over. Listen, guys, on a side note, have you been watching the comments in Zero to Diamond group? Have you guys really been paying attention to what is happening right before our eyes with this Zero to Diamond thing? It's amazing. Guys, if you haven't read the comments about people posting their results of phone calls and, just overall just motivational and inspirational things coming, across our feed on the group page about just the success that people are finding with Zero to Diamond. And just the fundamentals that I'm asking you guys to implement. It's a long-term game. But see, as you're playing the long-term game, you're reaping short-term benefits. Like when you call, so everything that you do, I want to say this because this is something that's been on my mind here for the past couple days, and I want to share this with you. I'll probably write a blog about it at some point, probably Sunday. I write a blog every Sunday and Wednesday. Everything that you do should have dual purpose, right? Everything that you do, you should have two reasons for doing it. For example, when you're circle prospecting, you're circle prospecting to try to find someone who wants to do business today. But when they tell you they're not ready to do business today, then you're going to use my phone script to secure a relationship for the future. So within that phone call, you're going after short-term business and long-term business at the same time. That's dual purpose. You're doing two things at once. You're doing short-term business and long-term business all at the same time. Okay, let's talk about another example. Let's say you get a listing, right? And then you want to circle prospect around that listing. Okay? So when you're calling all the owners that own property around that listing, you're doing this for a chance to sell and or market your listing to other owners to see if there's anybody that might be interested in buying it. Okay? And you're also using that opportunity to try to create a new relationship with all these property owners around that listing that you're calling. That's a dual purpose. You're calling to try to sell the listing and gain more clients all at the same time. Let's talk about another example. When you are circle prospecting just random property owners, or you're just talking to property owners in general, right? When you go after a property owner, that prospect can do one of two things: buy or sell. They can buy, or they can list their property they already own and then sell it. Two things you're going after at the same time. That's dual purpose. Everything you do should be focused around dual purpose. Everything should have two reasons of why you're doing it. That way, like a lot of people, when they take actions, they're only taking actions around one particular result. Or their mindset is only focused around one result. Like if they're calling owners, they think, I'm just calling to try to find somebody that wants to sell. They're not even thinking about this person might buy something. If they're calling property owners because they have a buyer, they're calling them to try to see if they might want to sell their property. Same thing. That person might want to buy something themselves. there's a lot of things that with a little twist of your mindset can turn what you're doing into everything being a dual purpose. And when you have dual purpose, it's like as a backup plan. It's like you're doing this one thing, but at the same time, if this one thing falls through, we're going to fall back on this other purpose that we're calling. And that way it's always a win-win. You can never lose if everything you do is for two reasons. And that's everything that I teach is based around this. And I just realized it this week. I was thinking about it really hard. I was thinking, man, going after property owners is like having a dual purpose because they are buyers or sellers, right? So I want you guys to really think about that really hard, and start thinking about ways, or maybe it's the same thing you're doing now, but you didn't think about it in the fashion that there could be two reasons for what you're doing, right? And when you think about it, you change your mindset to that degree, you can turn around and actually your actions will change a little bit, just a little bit, that then captures the opportunity for both reasons. Instead of just going after one reason, now you realize there's two possible different results here. How do I open myself up for both and not just lock myself into one? If you lock yourself into one and that one result falls through, boom, you fall on your face. You just wasted all that time. But the same action with the mindset that there's two possible results with dual purpose, you lose the first and you fall back on the second one. It's like there's no time wasted. Everything's about time management. Everything's about multiplying your time. Everything's about how you spend your time in order to try to be most efficient in your business. So everything you do should have dual purpose. And normally that's just a change of mindset and a little bit change of lingo. Like when I'm circle prospecting, I say, is there anything I can do for you? I don't say, have you thought about selling? I don't say, I got this deal down the road. I didn't know if you might be interested in it, in buying it or anything. I don't say anything like that. I say, what can I do for you? Because I don't know if they want to buy or sell. I'm asking if there's anything, what can I do for you? So I thought that was very interesting. I'm going to push that idea for a little while. You guys will hear that over and over again, but do everything you do needs to have dual purpose. Put in a question, guys. I'll be here for a while longer. While we're waiting on the next question, I will say that our next group coaching call is Tuesday, since Monday is Labor Day. And on the group coaching call Tuesday, I'm going to go completely through the phone scripts. I'm going to totally dissect them from top to bottom. And we're going to talk about leaving voicemails, what to say, what not to say. Same thing with the phone script, what to say, what not to say. I really want to sharpen up you guys' phone script and what's happening on the phone and what you're saying and what you need to be watching out for and stuff like that. So if you guys aren't members and you would like to be, it's very easy, but lots of benefits. But we're having a group coaching call Tuesday at 1 o'clock Central for all of the ZTD coaching members. David Carroll says, love it. I just started to get the emails from the No's today and got a couple of emails with your scripts I heard from your podcast. That's awesome, David. You see how it works? It's amazing. Like so many agents are reaching out to me. It's on the Zero Diamond group. Telling me how, they were scared to make calls, but the way that my scripts are, it's low pressure. You're not calling to see if they want to, you're not trying to pressure anybody into anything. And then when somebody tells you no, they're not ready, it's like, okay, well, do you have an agent? It just goes right into building a relationship with the property owner. It's amazing. It's like magic. It's so easy. It slips off the tongue. So many people who have been scared to make calls are now making calls because of this. And that makes me super excited because that's the biggest thing. People are just scared to take that step. They're scared of the unknown. They've never done it before. They don't understand that They're not trying to pressure anybody. You know, they feel like everybody's going to be mad for calling them and stuff like this. People want to hear from real estate agents. They really do. They want to know what's going on with the market. They want to know what's happening. They want to be in the know. People are nosy. They want to know what's going on behind the scenes. They want the inside information. And when you call them as a real estate agent, they feel like you know the inside track. So let's see. Karen Wright, she's a coaching member. She says, looking forward to Tuesday's call. Okay, John here. He says, I live in a city where there are historic homes, city homes, suburban homes, luxury homes, everything. What's the best way to choose a niche so I know where to focus when calling? Great question, John. Excellent question. The best way to do this is to do some market research. Take your MLS and take a half a day or more and really study the MLS for all the sales, pendings, actives. What you want to do is you want to find the sweet spot. I talk about the sweet spot in my second book, List to Last. It's on Amazon. The sweet spot is the price range in the market that turns over the best. You know, like the best turnover might be, you know, 200,000 to 300,000 suburban homes, right? Or, you know, the best turnover might be, you know, 400 to 500 luxury homes. You know, I don't know. I'm not in your market. So what you have to do is you have to research your MLS and find, you have to really figure out what properties are selling the best and the best price range, you know, that turn over the most. You know, where's most of the market at? Pull up all the sales in the year. Pull up everything between, you know, 200 to 300, 300 to 400, 400 to 500, you know, 500 to a million. Pull them all up and see where most of the sales are and what kind of properties those are. That's how you figure out where the sweet spot is in your market. That's what you have to do. You know, you have to find that sweet spot where, you know, it's the highest price for the best turnover. That's where your marketing dollars is best spent. That's where your time is best spent, in the sweet spot. Once you've mastered the sweet spot in your market, then you can turn around, and while you still have that sweet spot train going over here, then you can spend some time on this real luxury stuff, $1 million stuff, you know, that may not turn over as much, but there's still some money to be made there, you know. So that's what I do. I have the sweet spot market, which is, you know, $200,000 to $400,000 condos, and then I have the $1 million and up properties that also work really hard. You know, I sell maybe 10 to 15 of the condos between, you know, the 200 and 400 mark, but I'll sell $1 million condo once every 2 or 3 months. So definitely, I hope that helps answer your question, man. I hope that if not, let me know, because I'm like an open book, guys. I will tell you anything and everything, anything you want to know. Kelly says, dialers versus Mojo versus RedX. Which do you prefer and why? Well, Kelly, RedX finds the best quality phone numbers, but Mojo has a triple dialer. But RedX is getting a triple dialer, or already has a triple dialer in place now, all of a sudden. I think they've had so many requests for a triple dialer to be in play, so I think they finally did it. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if they do or how good it works and all that stuff. But what I normally do is take RedX, get the phone numbers, plug them into Mojo, and triple dial. That's the way I've been doing it lately. So, but I definitely want to get the phone numbers from RedX. And if you want to just do single dialer, get them on RedX and call them from RedX. And like I said, I think RedX has a triple dialer now. So I think you can do everything from RedX. So if that's the case, I would choose RedX for everything, because they find the best quality phone numbers by far that I've ever seen. It's crazy, actually. So I'm very impressed with the quality of phone numbers that RedX finds. Sharon Powell is asking me, what's a good turnover rate? Like our Gulfront condos here, they turn over every 2 to 3 years. You know, that's pretty good because their average price is $320. My average price this year is like $330 so far this year, or maybe even a little more. So that's really, really good. Of course, that's an investment second home vacation market. So that's not going to be the same as your market. So like I said, don't necessarily worry about the turnover, right? Look at all the sales over the past year, compare it to last year, pull up all the sales between 2 and 300, 3 and 400, 4 and 500, 500 and to a million. Pull up those 4 or 5 groups and see, so where's most of the sales at? You know, are there 400 sales between, 3 and 400, but there's, 100 sales between, 2 and 300 and only, 30 between 500 and a million. Okay, well, there you go. Your sweet spot's 3 to 400. So look at it like that. But compare last year to this year. Kind of see what it compares like. Even go back another year, 3 years, and see where you stand. Does that make sense, Sharon? Dave is asking, Dave Broom, do you keep track of your numbers, meaning how many contacts it takes to set an appointment? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It would probably be valuable information for new agents. Like, okay, I need to make this many contacts to get this many appointments. But really, to tell you the truth, you can average it out, but I don't think that there's like a concrete equation for it. And furthermore, to be very frank with you, I just don't care how many it takes. I know I'm going to work all day long, every day, to contact property owners and see what I can do to help them and to create a lifelong relationship with them forever. And so deals are going to come to me. Deals are just going to fly to me. I'm like a deal magnet because I'm going after how do I help people instead of can I sell your property for you? It's a whole different mindset. So no, I don't worry about how many calls it takes me to get to a deal. I feel like that's wasting my brain energy that I could be putting to building my business. Maybe I'm wrong. I think more importantly, Dave, would be, that you made 200 calls today and you got, 12 email addresses of people that said they didn't have an agent already, who said they would love to work with you when the day comes for them to buy or sell and trusted you enough to give you their email address. Something like that. If you look down the page of Zero to Diamond, you'll see people's results of their phone calls and how many emails they're getting. Sometimes they get 0. Sometimes they get 2. Sometimes they get 8. Sometimes they get 15. And every day is different because you're calling a different group of people and you're calling, your script is better or worse, or you're feeling good or you're not feeling good. So I think more importantly is the fact that you're taking action. I don't think that goals should be focused around results as much as how much action you're taking. Like I would rather hear you say, Dave, instead of saying, hey, Ricky, I want to sell 50 properties this year, I would love to hear you say, Ricky, my goal is to make 100 calls every day for the rest of the year. That's far more powerful to me than I want to sell 50 properties this year. Because you're going to sell 50 properties. Okay, cool. How are you going to get there? Right? But if you tell me I'm going to make 100 calls every day until the end of the year, I'm going to say, oh, wow, you're going to do more than 50 deals this year. So again, guys, mindset. It's just how you look at things. How do you perceive things? Are you looking at everything like there's a dual purpose? Are you looking at everything, like it's all about relationships, not deals? Who cares about a deal? Who cares about a deal, right? You got to have a deal to live. You got to have money to survive. But I'm telling you, if you want to climb the mountain, you have to put that in the back of your head. It's a catch-22 because you have to have it. It's a chicken and egg thing. What's up, Christy Bouchaw? It's a chicken and egg thing. It's like you have to have the deal to live, but you have to act like you don't want the deal to get the deal. It's a crazy conundrum, but it's the facts. It's the cold hard facts. All right, let's see what Richard's talking about. Richard asks me, would you take a listing in an old building with a high turnover, knowing that you would never, ever invest or recommend anyone to buy in that building? High maintenance fees, dated building, almost bankrupt building, but huge turnover? Absolutely, I would do that deal. You know, the fact is that I don't know if New York is a seller disclosure state. Alabama is a buyer beware state. Like, you do not have to disclose anything to a buyer in Alabama. But I would absolutely take those listings. I would absolutely sell those listings. It's a high turnover. You just, so that you can sleep at night, you just make sure that everyone knows up front exactly what the situation is. You know, let everybody that comes through there know. And I wouldn't necessarily say they have high maintenance fees because that's your opinion. You know, somebody else may say, no, that's low. That's low fees. So don't say high, but I would say, here's the fees. You know, here's all the HOA stuff. You know, here's how old the building is. I would, tell everybody up front, put it in MLS, all the stuff, but don't paint a bad picture because they may not think it's bad. That's why people are buying in there. That's why it's a higher turnover and people are buying, because there are people that they see optimism, they see opportunity. They think that building is an opportunity, and it is, because the fact is that an association at some point is going to turn around, get it heading back in the right direction, fix the building up, and then they're going to be worth twice as much as they're worth now. So don't think like that. Just be upfront with everybody and let everybody make their own decisions. It might even be a great opportunity for you if other agents are shying away from it because of this. It's a less worked building by agents, and it brings opportunity for you to jump in there and make it happen. So, yeah. I like that question a whole lot, Richard. Let me know what you thought about my answer, because I feel like it was right on point. Guys, you can't give your opinion about what you like or don't like. When you're showing property, don't say, stuff that you like about the properties, because they don't care. And something that you think about it and you say out loud may change their whole perspective on it. They liked it, but not as much anymore because Ricky said, something about it. Keep your opinions to yourself. It's your job just to give people the information and let them make the decision. Kelly says, thank you for your response. What's up, Adam? Angelica, Christy, Kelly, Mike, Phyllis, John, Carol, David, Dave, Carol, Laura, Trina, Chip, Sharon, Joey, Joe, Silas, Chris, Ronnie, Richard, Silas, Gina. What's up, Gina? Erica, are you still on are you still watching, Erica? Aloha. Alan, Michelle Wilson, Victor, Jeremy, Natalie, Lisa, Maggie, Rob, Pat, Vic. A lot of awesome people watching this thing today. So, anyway, guys, it's been one heck of a show. I see you liking it there, Carlin. What's up, cousin Patrick? Patrick, give me a good question. So anyway, guys, like I said earlier, I had a talk at Keller Williams Gulf Coast Pensacola Tuesday. Went really, really super well. I talked about my story for briefly and gave everybody two main ideas that I think are most important in real estate, which I'll tell you what they are. They're only concentrate on property owners, right? Because they serve as a dual purpose for you as buyers or sellers. Why would you deal with anyone else? Why would you even talk to any other prospect in the market? Why? I mean, you have to be the most efficient. If you want to be the best, you have to be the most efficient. Like the best in the area equals the most efficient in the area. True? So why would you discount the quality of your leads? So the one idea was property owners. Don't talk to anyone else. Concentrate only on property owners. And the second idea was call them all the time. New people, call new property owners every single day. Get to know them, create relationships. Put a system in place to stay in touch with them forever, every week, that's on a massive level but still has some personality to it. So that was a lot of fun. I'm actually going to go back. They want me to come back at the end of September to do a talk about overcoming your fear of cold calls. I'm really going to enjoy that because that's going to be a warm-up for me because I'm going to do the same speech in Kansas City at the end of October for RE/MAX. I'm going to the Tech and Touch in Kansas City, and I'm going to do a talk on how to overcome your fear of cold calls. What's up, Zach? So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, I had a lot of fun, met a lot of awesome people. I actually met some people that are in the Zero to Diamond group that I have never met before, that I guess have been following along, but I never met them face to face. So that was really cool too. Guys, it's been one heck of a show once again. Couple things I'll leave you with. We are doing the next group coaching call Tuesday because of Labor Day. It's at 1 o'clock Central. I'm going to totally dissect from head to toe the phone script, what to say, what not to say, and also about leaving voicemails. Let's see. What else is going on? I'm going to do another session of live cold calls in maybe 2 weeks. We'll set that up. What's up, Chris Wheelis? Sensei in the house. So yeah, I'm gonna do another session of live cold calls for the coaching members in a couple weeks, and then let's see. Patrick says, I hate to miss the live show. Definitely watch when it gets off work. So anyway, a couple things going on. I guess the next big thing is the group coaching call. It's going to be Tuesday at 1 o'clock Central. So let's see. Zach says, I have to watch the playback. Is there a regular time to do the show? Going to put. I do this show, guys, every Thursday at 4 o'clock Central, unless I have a scheduling conflict. Seeing as how I am, growing as a real estate coach, and I'm still actively selling properties, there could be a scheduling conflict that pops up on any of my coaching scheduling stuff. And of course, real estate's going to take precedence over, the coaching thing, but I'll just reschedule. It's not a big deal. That's how you do things, guys. Like I said at the beginning of the show, you need to spend half your time working on your current business, surviving, real estate, and the other half needs to be concentrated on growing your business for the future. And in order to do that, sometimes you have to ask people if they can do things at different times. If you're wanting to make your calls between 9 and 11 and somebody wants to meet you at 10, say, hey, can you meet me at 1? I got something going on. Normally, they're going to say, sure, 1 o'clock's fine. If they can't meet at 1 and they have to meet at 10, then that tells you what you need to know. Maybe you switch your calls from 9 to 11 to 1 to 3 that day, right? You don't let things get in your way. And the most important thing, guys, is just to take action. Start, begin. Don't think about it. It's like ripping a Band-Aid off. That's what an agent said in Pensacola the other day. It's like ripping a Band-Aid off. And it really is. It's like plunging into a cold water, right? It's a shock in the beginning, but then you get used to it. After a couple seconds, you get used to it. So take action. Implement what I'm telling you guys. It works. Just take a look at the Facebook group, all of the comments, all the success stories, all the results. Everybody's diving in and really taking this head on. So, I guess if that's it, guys, we'll talk to you guys next week. What's up, Robert Smith? I'm about to finish the show, but you can watch the replay. If you guys need anything else, just let me know. You can email me at ricky@zerododiamond.com. It's really maybe the best way to reach me is ricky@zerododiamond.com. Other than that, I guess we'll bid you guys adieu. It's been another great show. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week. But if you need something in the meantime, please feel free to reach out. My door is always open to you. I love you guys. Have a good one.